Hey everybody, and welcome to the Bullshit Party. And in this one we're going to be taking a close look at the new podium vehicle, this thing, the Karin Previon. As always, I'm going to be taking you on a 360 tour on the vehicle, giving you some facts about it, and overall, and at the end I'm going to be telling you if it's worth it or not. Now with that out of the way, let's start with the 360 on the Previon while I give you some facts about it. First and foremost, this is based on the real-world Toyota Celica GT4. Well, at least that's its main real-world inspiration. In terms of interactivity, this is what you can do with the vehicle. Just give me a couple of seconds, because this is an incredible menu that Rockstar gave us here. You can open both of its doors, the hood and the trunk, and this is a big old engine. Something that you probably didn't know about the Previon is that it was released with my favorite DLC, the Los Santos tuners, which introduced a lot of customizations down at the Los Santos car meet. Now, this vehicle, even though it doesn't look like much, it costs $1.5 million in game, which today isn't much. You can basically buy a bike for that amount, but back in the day, and by back in the day, I mean in 2021, I believe, is when the DLC was released, well, this was a pretty penny. Now, let's jump in with the exterior done and look at how the interior looks. And, wow, this is disappointing, but, well, it's to be expected from a 90s Toyota. In terms of the way the vehicle sounds, actually, not bad. And now, it's that time of the video where we see what type of drivetrain we are dealing with here. And, well, I can already take a guess. And, well, this is a rear wheel drive vehicle, as you can see here. Now that out of the way, let's go customize the vehicle. And, well, on our way there, I will be sharing with you my thoughts and impressions of the stock version of the Previon. Now, first and foremost, this feels incredibly weird, and something that I didn't mention at the beginning of the video, which I probably should have, is that this vehicle is part of the coupe category in GT Online. And, yeah, it does feel really weird. It almost has this tankish quality to its turning. It's kind of unsettling, and I don't really like it. In terms of acceleration, it's decent. Top speed is kind of decent as well. And overall, the vehicle doesn't, honestly, I'm not seeing $1.5 million worth of vehicle here. Is it green? Yes. Is it a cool green? Yes. Are the brakes kind of okay? Yes, actually, they're the best part of the performance of the vehicle, surprisingly. Usually the brakes are the ones that suck the most, but here the brakes are kind of okay. And, yeah, honestly, what's gonna save or break this vehicle is gonna be the way it customized in Los Santos Customs. This is the best DLC, in my opinion, for customizing vehicles. It almost brings us to Benny's quality level of customization with regular vehicles. But there's only one way to find the customization out, and that's to go in and customize it ourselves. And as always, first things first, it's part of the coupes category in GT Online, and the big question, how much we can sell it for? We can sell it for, well, actually better than what I was thinking, so that's about 11,000 more than I was expecting. Now let's upgrade all the performance options up front, so you guys don't tell me that I'm stupid again in the comments, and go through everything. And of course, this is gonna allow us to also skim over the customization and see what I'm in for. And from what I can tell so far, it's not looking great for the vehicle. Maybe it's gonna have some incredible hood options, maybe it's gonna have some incredible exhausts, but so far I'm not seeing it. So with that done, let's start upgrading, and we're starting off with the front bumper. And I gotta say, I kind of like some of those, although I kind of like the street front bumper the best, I think. So we're gonna be going with it. So that's $7,000 down the toilet. Now for the rear bumper, we actually don't have a customization for that. So yeah, the rear diffusers never really made sense to me, aside from like hyper super duper cars. For regular cars like this, yeah. In terms of the way the vehicle handles its engine customization, it's really cool, but it's incredibly overpriced. $50,000 just for the rail covers. Yeah, that's not happening, at least not on my vehicle, so I'm gonna be going with the crappy old custom look. So thank you very much. I mean, stock look. Yeah, we're not gonna go with the custom look, so yeah, $50,000 save there. But in case you're curious, here are all the visual customizations that you can do inside the engine bay. And yeah, I guess there's a train for every passenger, or a passenger for every train, but yeah, this one is definitely not for me. I gotta say, I think I like the dual exhaust the best, so we are gonna be going with it. Now let's see what else. In terms of fenders, what we can do with the vehicle, and I gotta say I'm not that impressed with the fenders. So yeah, we're probably gonna go with the stock ones on the rear and the front. The intercooler is something that we can... Wow, that almost says a bad word, but well, it doesn't. So let's go with it. The headlights we can kind of modify. Yeah, this looks goofy. Let's go with it. Now let's see. Hood catches, we can do, I guess, this to it. And the hood itself, we can well, we can basically choose from a plethora of different options, but yeah, probably this one is the best for me. Now let's see, the horn situation we're not gonna touch because we don't want anything messing with the licensing of the music or whatever. Now these are all the interior quirks that we wanna, well, honestly avoid because they do cost an arm and a leg. Now let's see, also the steering wheel is something that we can change. And the roll cage is something that we can add. There, now you don't need to waste your money. Let's see, the liveries is something that we can also change. And by the way, this car did come with a livery, even though it's barely noticeable. So let's just go with the none option, because we do really hate liveries here. Now, let's see, we can put carbon mirrors on, definitely. And we're going to be able to go with red on the license plate itself. The roof, we can also put some roof scoop on this bad boy. Now, let's see, the side skirts. Yeah, I guess we're going to go with these ones. They kind of look okay. The front splitter. Yeah, this is just too much, but this is fine. The spoiler situation we're going to address, and yes, the spoiler is the only visual component that has any impact on the performance of the vehicle. So do keep that in mind. And no, the size of the spoiler does not matter, is the motion of the ocean, or whatever you know, whatever the saying is. So let's see, we're gonna go with the small option because that's what I'm used to. Now sun strips, let's see. Yeah, we're probably gonna go with this one because, well, the car is already ugly, can't get much worse. Probably gonna go with this. And the transmission and turbo we already did. And the window situation we're gonna address just like this. And it's that time of the video where you guys choose a color for the podium vehicle. And for this week, most of you guys chose red. And well, red it is. And red is what we're gonna be making the Karin Previon. And as always, thank you so much to everybody that voted on the poll. And hopefully you're gonna like the Previon in red. And oh, that was a mistake. This is just too much red with the headlights and all. Oh well, I guess we're making it red. Now the secondary color, can we do something matte? So is the door handles? Lame. Can we go chameleon? And can we go the free chameleon? Maybe this one? Yeah, this looks kind of okay. Do we have another free chameleon? Nope. So the trim color, completely irrelevant. So let's go with, I guess, something yellow is how I'm feeling at the moment. As soon as we find it, of course. There we go. Drew yellow. Not bad. The accent color is something only visible to the driver. It's basically the gauge cluster, so we don't care about that. And the logo of the Bullshit Party Crew. Now, I have been getting a lot of requests, and this is how much money you can sell the vehicle for after upgrading it, so basically a giant loss. We're not going to be changing the wheels, because I actually kind of like those rims for the vehicle, and we are out of here. And, well, here we are on the outside, and I gotta say, the vehicle, I think it's probably too red, to be perfectly honest. Now, to see if it's still a rear-wheel drive car, yes it is, just in case you were curious. In terms of the way the vehicle behaving in, you know, handling, after fully modifying and upgrading its performance, I gotta say, it feels significantly snappier, quicker. It feels quicker. Off the line, the accelerating is much better, from what I can tell, and top speed, again, from what I can tell, is much improved. The handling is still a bit off with that tankish feeling still there, but, oh well. You can't have it all for 1.5 million, I guess. Honestly, if it was up to me, I would never pay that much money for the vehicle. If I'm getting it for free from the Lucky Wheel, I guess it's okay, even though this is nowhere near the top of its class. There are other, more suitable options if you want a more competitive vehicle in the coupes category that are much cheaper. So basically, this one is kind of a dud. The customization was just not there for me. In this DLC, I remember there were hoods that you can see through, and I didn't see that for the Previon, which was honestly really disappointing. And by the way, red does not look good on the vehicle, especially if we also make the headlights red. And yeah, I think with those final words, we are gonna be ending the video. Is it worth it? Kind of, if you like really crappy 90 Toyotas. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with my assessment of the Previon, and I will catch you all in the next one. Now, the moment of truth to see if it's an off-roader. Well, nope.